Huh. That's pretty cool. There's 2 former ASU golfers on the lead, tied for the lead right now at Pebble Beach. That's not what this is about. I just happened to notice. That's pretty cool. I'm going to use this in a second. One of the things that I most love working on with my one-on-one clients and covering in my workshops is emotional mastery, right? And one of the things that we've been conditioned to believe is that it takes time to switch our moods. You know, like there's stupid sayings like, I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, which implies I woke up and it just happened to me. I woke up with this cloud of and like, don't talk to me until I get my coffee, and time needs to pass before I alter my state. Well, that's a bunch of horse shit, right? That's stupid. We've all learned it's dumb, right? This blog post is about the fact that you always have instantaneous access to every possible human emotional state. I'm going to repeat that. We all always have instantaneous access to every single possible human emotional state, mood, or emotion. Let's just do a little experiment on that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to request that you think of something really, really pleasant. So I want you to identify what that is before we start. I'm going to ask you to think of something that happened in your life. Actually, let's start with this. Something from your life that was truly tragic. Okay, so just get something, whether it was distant or recent, doesn't matter. Think of something that occurred in your life that you could make a very convincing argument on that was a tragic event, right? So just have that and store that for a second. And then what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you to go into that, but not yet. I'm going to ask you to just go back and re-experience that in your mind's eye, and then I'm just going to say a couple of things, a couple of instructions. And then I'm going to say, hey, let's change the channel. And then I want you to switch over, and I want you to fill your mind with a totally different thought, which is the memory of something that happened in your life that was absolutely freaking hysterical. All right, so go ahead and think of something like that now. So I want you to have access to the 2 things, the 2 memories before we even begin. So get something that was tragic, and then think of an event that occurred that was just damn hysterical. All right, now hopefully you got those 2 things. Now I want you in advance, the thing that I want you to pay attention to here is when I say during the instruction, during this exercise, when I say to you, change channels. Now switch over and fill your mind with the hysterical memory, right? Fill your mind with that particular choice of thought content. I'll say something exactly like that, actually. And what I want you to pay attention to is, and I want you to work so you can do this, is see how fast you can switch, right? See how fast you can switch from the dark to the light. And I want you to pay attention to how much time elapsed between the change of state, okay, that's going to occur, okay? So just bear with me. All right, let's do this, okay? So right now, think of something that happened in your life, again, whether recent or distant, that was tragic. I'm just going to do this for a few moments, so just let yourself really go there and fill in your mind's eye, like really let yourself re-experience that. Choose to fill your mind with that unique and particular thought content. And as you're doing that, as you're entertaining that memory, as you're recalling that experience, I want you to really pay close attention to the emotional state that instantaneously accompanies that unique and distinct particular choice of thought content, that memory. So go ahead and do that now and really notice that state. What is the state or mood that accompanies that particular thought or memory of that event? Now we're going to switch gears, all right? Now we're going to change channels. Now switch over to the hysterical memory. Think of that damn funny event. And really let yourself experience that fully in your mind's eye now. And as you do that, notice the unique and distinct mood, the emotional state that instantaneously arrives on the heels of that particular unique, distinct choice of thought content. Okay. Now, presumably, if you permitted yourself to do that, the emotion that accompanied the first memory was dark, right? Whether it was sadness or misery or loss or emptiness or any of these like dark low-grade states. And presumably, if you permitted yourself to do it when you switched over to the hysterical event, the mood was levity, right? Something like joy or just amusement, right? Entertainment, hysterics, lightness of being, celebration, whatever. All like high-grade states, right? The question is, how long did it take? And I'm guessing that it took you probably, if you really were able to do that, less than 5 seconds. In fact, I bet it's way less than, it probably took 2 seconds. And it might have even been less than that. And if you practice it, it sure as hell is less than that. Right now, I got DirecTV, okay? And I wanna show you a little something of how long it takes to change a damn channel on DirecTV. We got the Pebble Beach tournament going on here. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna turn my back to you just for a second. All right, I'm gonna change the channel from the golf channel to Fox Sports 1. I'm gonna use my stopwatch here to measure how long it takes. You ready? All right, here we go. We're just gonna switch one. Hold on. We're gonna switch one channel. You ready? Here we go. Boom.
Championship. Was it an 18 countdown winning 6 races in a row? And the question on everyone's mind, can Steve keep the streak going? What's your answer to that?
Man, I sure hope we can. These boys are doing it.
It takes DirecTV longer to change a freaking channel than it does for you to dramatically and profoundly change your emotional state. Let's practice using that skill always.